Hope you have watched the final yesterday. Final fitting for CSK. What do you think about that?
Unbelievable game, no? I think throughout the tournament, CSK has played some amazing cricket, and the grand finale, yes, 214 was the target, and I always felt in that pitch the power batting CSK they had a very, very good chance, and then the rain came, which I think helped. It made the target a little smaller and the overs a little smaller, so the batters could play a lot more freely, but overall, unbelievable batting, and the way the players have contributed, it's been great. Somebody like Ajinkya Rayan, the way he came back and played. Raidu's contribution yesterday, his last game, he had a quiet tournament, but when it mattered the most, he got crucial runs. Shivam, Dube, and of course Jadeja to finish it off. So I think overall, a great team effort, and I'm very happy because a lot of people wrote CSK off before the season started. They said last year they didn't have a great season. This year they don't have the kind of bowling they want to. Mukesh Chowdhury was injured, Deepak Char was injured. They had bowlers like Deshpande, they had bowlers like Akash Singh. I think that's why a leader comes in and shows what he's capable of. Now, how he led the young bowlers and came victorious is great, and they died again and again. Fifth victory, and I think they're going to win a lot more cups.
Talking about the final yesterday, who do you think was the turning point?
I can't, identify one person. Maybe Jadeja, the way he played in the end, but I think it's a complete team effort. It's not like one person stood out. You saw what happened for Gujarat in the previous game. One person, Shubman Gill, was playing separately and winning games. But CSK always, everybody made contributions. Ruturaj Gaikwad's knocked, Devon Conway's knocked, Rahane's knocked. And Jadeja, the way he finished off, and Shivam Dube also played beautifully. So I think complete team effort. But if you ask me, as under pressure, 10 runs of 2 balls, Jadeja gets a 6, a 4 and wins the game. So I think it has to be Ravindra Jadeja.
Talking about Jadeja has been low-key this season, but he did turn up at the right point.
That's why he's the world's best all-rounder, and he's a big match player. You've seen it doing it for India on numerous occasions, and this game when it mattered the most, and he's been bowling beautifully this year. If you see the last 2 years, he's not been getting much wickets, but this year in Chepauk, he was unbelievable with the ball. He didn't get much opportunities with the bat. Whatever little chances he got, he's been performing well, but yesterday when it mattered the most, I think, in his home ground actually, the local boy, and that's why I think great players, when it matters the most, they just get the game to the next level. That's what he did yesterday. He's been unbelievable in the field. He's been great with the ball and batting. Yes, he may have had a quiet tournament, but nobody can talk about that now. The way he played yesterday. So hats off to him, and hats off to Dhoni, the way he's used him. I always thought that maybe Jadeja should bat up the order because he maneuvers the ball well. He can play the big shots. He can run well between the wickets. But end of the day, I think Dhoni wanted a finisher, and Jadeja is the right man for that. And when it mattered the most, he stepped up beautifully.
On paper, last season and this season hasn't been that much different. What has changed?
Good question. I think the culture CSK has really been able to, the players have been able to put what happened last year behind, because they've always been a franchisee who supports players. They are a very process-oriented franchisee. They don't worry too much about results. So, I think that is very, very important. And they have a very nice atmosphere. So, yes, they would have realized that, okay, we had a poor season. What it is we need to do to get back strong, and they've done that really well. Having said that, the way Dhoni, handled Tushar Deshpande, the way he handled Akash Singh, especially Tushar Deshpande after the Lucknow game, I think second game he was all over the place, and CSK always persists with players, give them the confidence that they can do really well. Even Shivam Dube had a slow start in the first 2 games, but that's where a great leader like Dhoni backs them, and he believes that okay, these guys are match winners. We need to give them opportunities, persist with them, and you've seen what happens. So I think overall, even 2020 when they had a poor season, who won in 21? CSK. 22 they had a poor season, who won in 23? CSK. So I think the most important thing is, yes, even the best teams will have a poor season, but how you come back after that is very, very important, and CSK has done that very well. I think a lot of people need credit for that. A lot of people talk about Dhoni. Yes, Dhoni has achieved unbelievable things, hats off to him, but I would like to mention Mr. Srinivasan sir, the way he's handled the franchisee over the years. I've been a part of it, and the impact he's had on the players, let's say, I think it's very important he gives space to players. The space they give to players has been amazing. They are all one family. They treat the ex-players really well, and I think the results are showing. So I think it's a combination of all these things, and I knew it was just a matter of time. Yes, the start was slow, but when it mattered the most, I think the greats really came together. And if you see, it is a complete team effort.
CSK's bowling has been comparatively inexperienced this season. That was shown yesterday in the final. But how did the batsmen back themselves up so much and won the tournament?
I think T20, I think not only CSK, good teams back themselves to chase 200, so I think that's become a trend now, but to do it in a big game was unbelievable. 15 runs extra because the pitch was so good. I think 200 was a pass score, but even although they get 15 runs extra, the way they chased the score down was, amazing to watch, and hats off to them. And they've done it before. That's why experience matter, experience and youth matter, but I think experience is invaluable. You have people like Bravo, Hussey sitting inside and contributing towards the team, and of course Stephen Fleming. So I think what they have achieved together as a unit, as a support staff, is unbelievable.
Talking about long tenures, Dhoni is still there. He started in 2008. All his contemporaries have retired, but he still hasn't retired. He has given a hint that he is going to come back again next year.
His man management skills and how he is able to read the situation before it happens. I think not many people have that. He's always a captain who knows, okay, this is what's going to happen, and he knows which bowler to use at what time. It's not a fluke. It's happened over the years. So I think that skill he has, and I think CSK are very good at giving players their space. They don't come and install things in you saying that this is the way it has to be. And no, I think they're a great unit. They're a wonderful family, and so 2008, 10, 11, Dhoni was a great leader. This young guy, vibrant guy, hitting sixes for fun, winning matches, for CSK for fun. And then I had a break, and in 2018 I got to meet Dhoni again. And what really stood out is how he's evolved as a person. I think he's been such a wonderful person. The care he has for people, and the care he has for different kinds of people. He's not the kind of person who's going to only hang out with this kind of person or that kind of person. The love he has for everybody is amazing, and that's what he said yesterday also. This would have been a great time for him to hang his boots, say, yes, I won one more IPL title, I won 5 for CSK, my job is done. But what keeps him going is the CSK fans, and a special mention for them. I think at the tough time, CSK fans has really rooted for us. They've done a great job. They've always been behind us. That's what keeps Dhoni going. I have a very, very strong feeling he's going to be back. Yes, he's going to be involved in this franchise for years to come. But as a player, as a captain, he is going to play one more year. He has 7 months' time. Again come back on March 1st and prepare for 1 month and get back on the group. That's what I want. That's what you guys want, and that's what the whole of Chennai and the whole of the world want him to see him play for one more IPL. He's still very, very fit and strong. I think once he gets his knee okay, he's even going to be better. So yes, I think he's going to be there and he will be playing.
Talking about another runners-up, Gujarat Titans. Talk about the most valuable player of the tournament, Shubman Gill. What a season he has had, right?
Oh, unbelievable. I think the way he's played, it's been, majestic to watch. Everybody knows what he's capable of. And I think one thing which stands out, he's somebody who just plays conventional cricket and is able to score at, 150 plus strike. I don't know how he does that, because you see a lot of other batsmen, they innovate a lot. They come inside, they play the scoop, they try to move and play a lot of different shots, but he just plays to the merit of the ball. He's able to hit a 6 when he wants to. And he's one player who's just stuck in the crease and doesn't, innovate too much, and still is able to, have a great strike rate. He's a very, very, very special player, rare kind, and I just hope he gets a lot of runs for India. And I'm pretty sure he's going to, because he has the game, he has the fitness, he has the mental aptitude. So I see a lot of great things for him.
Okay, from 2008 to 2023, one thing which has been constant in IPL is RCB performing very well and falling short. What do you think of them this season?
Again, like you said, started off very well. I think they were the most unpredictable team of the IPL. At one day they score 220, the other day they get all out for 60. They get oppositions all out for 60, but they give 220 consistently when they bowl. So that speaks volume about their team. They have the firepower, they have the talent. But I think it's always been a case with RCB where they only focus on 3 players. This year they spoke about KGF, Kohli, Glenn Maxwell and Fab. Before it was, ABD, Gale and Kohli. So it's always been those top 3, and if they fail, they never had the firepower to take their team through. So I think the scouting team has to really look and see, okay, we need domestic players to win championship. You talk about CSK, who did well? Rahane, Rayudu, Shivam, Dube. You had Akash Singh who contributed well. You had Deepak Chahar, obviously. So you had a lot of people from the local pool doing very, very well. When I mean local pool, I'm talking about Indian players. But if you're so dependent on your big stars and foreign players to do well, the other people don't contribute, I think that's not going to help you to win championships. You'll be a force to reckon with, but I think RCB have to do that. And I think again, franchisee RCB has not been a very consistent player. CSK is the way they take care of their players has been very, very special. So there are a lot of other factors, and I think a lot of franchises can learn from CSK how to go about things. So, but yeah, coming back to RCB, I think they will always be a good team. It's been 15 or 16 years now. So I'm very surprised that they not won a cup, but I think it's just a matter of time. But I think the domestic players have to really perform. Otherwise, it's also going to put too much pressure on the stars, and they're not going to win championship.
Talking about IPL players as a great individually, Kohli will always be in the discussion. Kohli is already an IPL great, but will he retire as a most unfortunate great in IPL?
I hope not, because I think he deserves to win an IPL for the kind of the kind of value he's added to the side, the kind of he's, I think, for the commitment he has had towards his franchise is unbelievable. For the kind of things he's achieved, even the way he played this year, unbelievable batting. And leave the batting part, the way he's on the field. Every time he enters the field, the kind of energy he has, the way he feels, it's very easy for him to just come and take it easy, because he's achieved so much over the years, and he can say, okay, let me preserve energy for the World Test Championship, or let me save myself for the World Cup. Nothing to. He's somebody who has 200% intensity on the field, and we are nobody to talk about his game. Everybody knows what a great player is, what a great athlete he is. He's taken fitness to another level in India, and I just hope for the kind of work he's put over the years, he deserves one cup. Who knows, maybe it's RCB or some other team, but I think most likely it's RCB. So
another team which did spectacularly well was Mumbai Indians. We thought they were out of the qualifiers, but they made a spectacular comeback. What do you think about Surya Kumar Yadav's batting and Mumbai Indians?
I think, in my opinion, the best T20 player now is Surya Kumar Yadav, no doubt about that. And Mumbai Indians, very slow starters always happen, but we were a little worried about. That's, I think, good question. We spoke about RCB. That's why I think Mumbai Indians stood out separately, because they're bowling people like Nehal Vadera. With the bat, and Akash Madwal, the way he bowled, the local players did superbly well. You had something like Piyush Chawla. Last year he was doing commentary. This year he came and bowled beautifully. So when the local players start doing well, winning matches for you, something like Cameron Green, only the second half of the tournament he started performing. So the Ishan Kishan did quite well. Rohit Sharma had a slow tournament, and towards the end he started playing well. So, but still, they managed to come to the top four. Again, one more thing, very similar to CSK, they know how to play the big moments well. They've been there a lot of times. They know what to do. That really helps a lot. And I think hats off to Mumbai scouting team for picking up talent like Nehal Vadera, Tilak Verma before that, Akash Madwal, who was unbelievable with the ball. I'm just naming a few. I'm sure they have a lot more. They're a team who does a lot of scouting, so I think RCB can learn from them how they're going about things, and able to get local players to win matches for you. So I think for what they were and where they reached, I think they need to be very, very happy about that, because nobody gave them a chance after the first 8 games. So yes, I think again 200 plus in a big game is difficult to change, although CSK did, but otherwise I think they need to be, I think a lot of positives about how the local players perform games, and more than performing, how they're able to take the responsibility and win games for them.
We cannot review this IPL without talking about Rinku Singh's performance on that day.
It started that day. I was doing commentary that time, I remember, and I felt very bad for Yash Dayal, but I think unbelievable. So I think the first 3 balls were a little so-so, but the other 2 hits were magical to watch. And again, my opinion, the hardest place to bat in T20 is 5 or 6, because you don't have much time. As opener, sometimes when we get 1 or 2 overs time, then you can make up, because power play, the field is inside. But at 5 or 6, you come, sometimes you have to chase 12 runs per over. So you have no time to get 5-6 balls. So it's a very, very tough place to play. Dhoni has done it over the years. And this kid, I love his story. He's come from such humble backgrounds to, perform so well. It's been great to watch. And yes, like you said, we spoke about the 1 innings, but to do it, repeatedly over a period of time is, great to watch. And I think KKR would have been in a very, very bad situation, not for Rinku Singh. So again, I think we have to look at people ahead for the Indian team and get younger legs and give them the opportunity, like what happened at 2007 World Cup. Get these guys in, give them opportunity. I'm sure they'll do well in the world stage as well.
We'll go for a rapid fire segment, sir. Who's the best batsman in this season?
Jaiswal.
Best bowler?
I think Madwal, the way he came back. Yeah.
Best upcoming batsman?
Saj Darshan.
Best upcoming bowler?
Again, I would say Madwal. I am very, very impressed with him.
So, who was the best death over batsman?
Rinku Singh,
Death over bowler?
death over bowler, good. I think Pati Rana.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Pleasure. Hi, I'm Vidyut Siva Ramakrishnan, former CSK opener, and more than that, a big CSK fan. Please do subscribe to Galatta Ritz.